Older J-Flate fifth wheel with a rear living room and a super slide coming in here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And this thing has just, it has traveled, man. It was originally purchased in, I think on the West Coast, like near or in Oregon or something like that. And they used it to go all over the place. Now that being said, along the way, a couple little things happened here and there. Let's talk about them, and we'll go from there. One of those neat things is right here. They put a small solar panel on the battery, and this is when Jayco was actually side mounting their batteries, which is not common today, but they used to do it quite a bit. It's not that one's better than the other, and just don't do it anymore. Anyway, they put this little panel on here. Now this is not going to be running tons of lights and fans and stuff. This is a small panel. Basically, it's a battery tender, but the simple virtue of the fact that this is here could extend the life of your batteries 2 to 3 times more. Now this is really a textbook example of the quality of people that you're doing business with here at Haylet RV Brokers and over at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Because at a glance, if you walked in here, especially a first timer, you don't know what you don't know. You're not aware of what to look for if you've never done this before. And at a glance, when I first walked into it with all my experience, I went, boy, this thing sure looks sharp. It smells clean in here. But I understand that you're spending a lot of money, and I respect that because I know how hard I work for my money, and I assume that you're the same. So I like to dig a little deeper than just the surface, and I like to share the information that I find with you, good, bad, ugly, or otherwise, so that you know we're a decent place with transparency and integrity. The both rear corners, basically where these two walls lash together, the seals on those don't appear to have been upkept, and there appear to actually be voids in them currently. We are having one of our service technicians come down today to basically go over the entire RV and to do spot sealing as required, so that this will be arrested. It will not be improved upon. We're not going through and fixing anything because we're selling this RV for someone. We don't own this thing, but we are not going to leave it as it is. So what are we looking at right here? This is fine. This is fine, but this panel back here it's had a little bit of weather exposure. You can see a minor amount of like water discoloration there, but overall this is not terrible. If you take a little wash rag, clean that off, you'd probably never know it was really there. Over here it's a little more involved. If you push on it, it gets far worse over in that corner. It has affected this wall a little bit. So what's causing it, and what are we looking at? As I mentioned, it starts in these rear corners. It looks like this is all the original factory sealants and everything. This has never, unfortunately, enjoyed the benefit of a touch-up layering of non-sag sealant over its lifetime. So that's where the water is sneaking in through there. And once again, our tech is coming through tonight. He's going to clean off everything as he's able to and put a bead of sealant on these to get that arrested to keep it from continuing whatsoever. Now that being said, I noticed something somewhat similar happening up just in front of the slide. Now this one's minor, but it's weird. Like, I haven't really been able to wrap my head around what's doing this yet. But again, we're going to make sure that it gets stopped. So I noticed that little wrinkle right there, and I thought, well, that could be condensation pulling on the paper on that Luan panel. But I touched it, and I heard it. I could feel it's a little crispy. You can see it moving, but solid, 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 solid. It's weird how it's only that one spot. So it almost makes me think that that got caught immediately after it began. Working my way down here, I noticed another similar spot right here. It's a little soft, but overall it's pretty solid. And what it makes me think right here is that some water or some leaves or something got on top of this slide out, and when the slide was open, water was wicking in through the leaves or the debris or the junk or whatever, and water will kind of work its way downhill. So if this slide was not kept level, it's possible that that water had a little bit of a chance to sort of pool up here, and then the Luan acted like a sponge and it wicked a little bit of that water up, because it's still fine, but it's there. And then finally up here in the bathroom, below the fan above the toilet, I noticed a couple spores in the wall right here. And again, everything feels solid, so how that got there, it's vexing. I'm vexed. But once again, I hope you appreciate the honesty and the transparency that we're conducting ourselves with here. We just don't hide stuff here at Haylet RV Brokers or down at Haylet RV. We try to be good, straightforward, upstanding people as best as we're able to. And, you know, that's an easy thing to, you think, oh yeah, you're an RV dealer, and you roll your eyes. I challenge you to produce another RV dealer that went out of their way to show you the things that we just did. So, know that if those are disqualifying factors for you, we get it. That's why we have like over 500 other things here that you have to choose from. But if you're saying, okay, so you guys say that you're going to go through, you're going to seal that, you stand behind your work, which we always do. What else you got? Well, again, other than that, there's like no visual disturbances. It looks really good. And like I said, it smells clean. It was generally upkept, especially on the interior. So I have a feeling that whoever owned it, the person who maintained the exterior wasn't as good as the person who maintained the interior. So the sofa, simple jackknife. You got that simple booth dinette there. They can both fold down to sleepers, storage below them. Updated TV there in the entertainment center, but that's a classic deep entertainment center made back when those big, heavy, like face crusher TVs were a thing. Decent kitchen storage in this thing too. You know, it's a very normal, classic rear living layout, but an effective one. There's a reason everybody built something like this. Massive pantry next to that fridge too. Holy crap, that's a big pantry. It's like twice as big as the fridge. Now this has a classic middle bathroom deck with a split bath design, but that means you get this huge extra chunk of closet and dresser space right there. We'll turn around and look at that in just a second, but first wanted to peek up here in the bedroom. I've opened all those cabinets. I've thumped around all the cabinets in there. I haven't found anything that really concerns me up here. Anything that I felt was like not on the up and up, I've already showed you. Now look in the other direction here. Like I said, classic split bath, but you see you have both a privacy door from the lower to upper deck, and then a privacy curtain, so that if someone is guest sleeping on that dinette or the sofa, they don't have to come in and disturb you if you're sleeping. They can make their way in here. They can get to the bathroom. Potentially in the morning, maybe they could, you know, take a shower and not necessarily stop you from doing anything. Shower surround panel looks good. Shower looks clean. Toilet, sinks, everything looks clean. It looks like they really did try to take care of this. And that's one of the bigger Max Air style fans there. And above the entertainment center, one of the things that is nice about a classic fifth wheel like this is you're actually getting some really good bath linen storage so that you don't have to do the nudist streak through the camper to get a towel. And other than those corners that we're going to get sealed up for you, everything else out here looks pretty good. Tires look good. Skin, very clean. A little bit of color fade on the decals, but given the age of the RV, that doesn't surprise me. The slide awning that was added to this after the fact, it's in good shape. Like if I get right up here, right next to it, it's not all worn through and tattered like they left it out during a windstorm and get shredded up. It looks good. And these definitely appear to have been rolling and going outdoorsy type of folks. Like you can see on the bumper here, they added a little 2-bike rack, so they had a place to keep the bikes while they were rumbling down the road. They also swapped out the original, what I call knuckle buster power cable that fed into the camper for a surface mount detachable plug, which is my personal preference, so that I can store that thing and it feels just a little bit more secure. Awning fabric looks good, like really good. I have a suspicion that's been replaced at some point. And I need somebody to help me out here. I'm asking for your assistance. They installed a doggy door, and I get it, but how is it supposed to work when there's a screen door behind it? I haven't figured that one out yet. I suppose you could just simply slide it open and it could be not a doggy door, but a doggy window for some extra airflow for the dog, but wouldn't the screen door fulfill that purpose anyway? Like I said, I haven't figured that one out yet, but my wife will tell you she did not choose me because of my brains. And because of my lack of brains, I've never actually figured out why she did choose me. Anyway, give us a call. Take care, stay safe, have fun. Happy camping, everyone. Hope you appreciate the straightforward honesty and transparency here today.